Hey guys, so let's see how you can work with list view. Fine. So this is your design part, this is your coding part. So let's move to design and quickly add a list view over here. List view. So you can make it match parent or whatever you want. So I just make it match parent and match parent. So as you have to assess it, let's give it some ID as well. So I will say list view. Okay. So we are going to give some padding around it so that you can have some spacing. Fine. Now this is fine. List view, nothing is visible, just you can see some circular area, some rectangular area over here. So the one way is you can give a list of elements statically. So that is what you need to do. You can go to the strings.xml. Under this resources you can create a string array. Okay, see here. So you can give it any name, let's say my items. So under the string array you can have some items. So item is, let's say I just give it item 1. You can give it something else as well. So for the time being I'm taking few items, let's say 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I just complete till 9, 10, 11, and I just make it till 12. Fine. Now here you have to attach this static array over here into this list view. For that there is one property called entries. So entries was the name of this array. You need to remember this thing, my item. So simply type my items and you got your array. So immediately once you attached it, you can see your output over here. So this is what? This is just a scrollable list view. You don't need to worry about that. So just run it and check it out. And here you go, you can see the items over here. So it is a scrollable by default. This is how you can add the items statically. Fine. Now there is another approach if you want. So in this case you don't need any ID because we are adding the items statically. If you want to add your items at runtime, then you must have to use ID over here. Okay, so let me undo and use this ID this time. So I don't need this array this time. So let's delete this and save this. Go back here. Now I want to use the list view over here. Okay, we don't need these entries as we are going to provide the items at runtime. So I just copy this and I will create a list view variable, private list view, and give it any name. So quickly initialize it. List view is equal to find view by id r dot id dot list view. So once you have done, you need to provide data to this. But the problem is there, list view does not provide you any method of set item or something, set item checked or something is there, but doesn't have any method to add item, something like that. See, okay, so we don't have any method even set text, something like that. So that's why we have a problem here. So you cannot directly pass your data to list view. If you need to pass your data to list view, you need someone in between. So we have a concept of adapter. So adapter does what? It is just a interface. Okay, it is just a interface between what? Between your view, that is your list view, and your data. Fine, which is what? List of items. Simple. So we need to use one adapter over here to which we can pass our data, and that adapter we can attach with the list view. Okay, understood? So let's take a look. We first of all we need to create a adapter, but to create a adapter we need data as well. Okay, so adapter is actually a generic interface. So we have to do what? We have to use some specific adapter. To work with the list view, we have to provide list of items, and to work with the list of items, there is a concept of array adapter. So let's create a variable of array adapter type. Okay, So I just make it ArrayAdapter adapter. Simple. Now this adapter I can attach to the list view. Okay, but the thing is you need to provide data to the adapter as well. Okay, so let's create one data. How do you create data? So we have a list of items, so we will use some array list. Let's create one array list. So array list, it can be a generic or non-generic. I just create it of string type of, let's say, names. Fine. So now I have this variable to hold the data. Okay, I have an adapter which will accept this data, and I have a list view to which I can attach this adapter. Fine. So quickly in onCreate, first of all I will prepare my data. So I will create a dummy data over here. In real time you can get this data from somewhere else, either from database or some external API. So let's create int I is equal to 1, I is less than equal to, let's say I will be taking 15 names, I plus plus. So what I need to do, before this I need to initialize my array list as well. So what to do here, array list, that is names, is equal to new array list. Fine. So now you can call the methods of this array list, that is names dot add. So to provide a dummy data I will say name plus I. So that would be name 1, name 2, name 3, name 4 and till name 15. So now my data is ready. Fine. Creating dummy data. So my data is ready. Okay. So then now you can pass this data to adapter. So how do you create an adapter? So let's quickly create an adapter here. Create an adapter. So I will say adapter variable is equal to new adapter. So once you create an adapter, you need to pass some arguments. The first argument is your context. Now here the context can be this or get application context. So whatever you want you can provide. So I will just provide it this. Second argument is the layout of each row. Now we have not designed any layout for the time being. So what to do? There are some predefined resources available that provide you some of the layout. So we will be using that. So there is a Android dot r dot layout dot, we have some set of layouts. So we will be using list item 1, simple list item 1. Okay, so this is a predefined layout. Later on if you are feeling comfortable you can also create your custom layout. Fine. So we will see that in further videos. So the last argument is you can provide your data as well. So data is what? Data is my names. Once you have done, your adapter is ready. Once your adapter is ready, set the adapter to the list view. That is what you need to do. That is all. So simply say list view dot set adapter and give your adapter. That's all. So let's run and see what happens. So this time it should print list of names from 1 to 15. Okay, so this is how you can do. So that is all. Thank you very much. I suggest you to subscribe my channel and like my video. Thank you.